Welcome back, guys. We'll be continuing from where we stopped in the previous video, and if you're just meeting this video now, then I would like you to go to the description button. You'll see the link to the first video. This is the part 2 of the video. In the part 1 of the video, we explained all the tools on the top of the screen on the blue background. We explain all the tools. So if you're just meeting this video now and you have not watched the first video, then I would like you to go to the description button. You will see the link to the first video. Please click on it, then make sure you watch it then before watching this one, so you'll be able to get to know all the buttons I will not be explaining in this video. Okay, now let's get to the remaining buttons that we'll have to explain in this video. Okay, now down here I have about 5 different tabs. Okay, 5 different tabs. The first one looks like an Olympic logo. Second one looks like is an A. Third one looks like a diamond. Fourth one looks like 2 shapes brought together. And then this one looks like a fire spark. Okay, so I'll be explaining all of them in details in this video. Okay, what they stand for. And I would like you to know that this first one stands for I would term it your default mode. Like when you get your Pixellab, these are the things you see there. These are the things you see there. You can click on any of them to edit, but the most useful one here I find useful is this default. Once you tap on this default, it brings everything back to normal. You get, maybe after you want to start a new design, clicking on this default brings back everything back to normal. Do you get? Okay, now we can still go back to what we were doing before by clicking on recover autosave. I mentioned it in the last video. Okay, let's note it. Sorry, clicking on recover autosave, I can still go back to where we have been. Okay, alright, so now another too important here is this one here. This is where you can see your projects, and this is also where you can save PLP files. Okay, so every project you have done and you have saved as projects, you can find them here. Alright, so this is it for this folder. These other ones you can also find your way around and explore them. Okay, they're also nice. Now the next one we're going to be looking at, okay, is this A2. Now I wanted to, now as this symbol represents A, just see it as A is a text, A is an alphabet, so this A has to do with anything concerning your text. This is where you find the options to edit your text. You get, this is where you find options to edit your text. So remember I said in the last video that before you're able to edit anything, then you must click on that thing you want to edit. If you want to edit an object, like this picture in the background is an object. If I want to edit, if I want to do any editing on it, I must click on it to edit it. If I want to, now you can see that this new text here that is already activated. I've tapped on it. That's why you can see these editing options over here. Okay, now let's just untap from it. Find out that you can see none of them here. You can only see to text and quotes. Okay, but if you want to edit it, then you have to tap on it, and that's when you can see all these options. Okay, now if I tap on this new text and I'm not on this icon and I'm on this diamond, then I cannot see options to edit. So if I want to edit a text, the place I have to go to after tapping on the text is on this A part. Okay, now I'll be explaining soon this diamond part. This diamond part is for objects. So if I want to edit an object, I'll click on the object and I'll get to the diamond part. But let's be done with the text. So when I click on the text, these are the editing options for me. I have edits like I've seen in the first video, and edits whereby you just tap on and you can write things. You can write anything you want to write. Okay, you have the delete, you have the copy, duplicating the stuff, you have to front to back, you have this position. Now, like I said in the first video, I explained this relative position, and I told you that in this next video I'll be explaining position in detail. Now position helps you to move things around, unlike the first one that moves to the extremes. Now you can see how I'm moving everything. Now I can increase the distance it moves by increasing these pixels. Okay, increasing these pixels, I can increase it. Okay, also just know that I can also use my hand to drag anything on the screen. I can use my hand to drag anything, but sometimes you might need these fine adjusters that will help you to adjust to get a fine adjustment. Okay, so that's for this position. Okay, and the relative position I'll also explain it again for the sake of those who are just seeing this video for the first time. Okay, now this one helps you to get to relative positions, like move to the extremes of your design. Now these two ones in the middle bring this one brings you to the middle of your vertical, like to the center of your vertical design, and this one takes you to the center of your horizontal design. So combine the two together. If you know that that stuff you're editing, it gets to the center of your design. Okay, that's it for this. Okay, let me take back our background to the square. That's what I want to be like. Okay, now the next option we can see here is size. Okay, size. As you can set your size. Then this padding not often used, but you can see what it's like on the screen. Okay, now I'm clicking on this back arrow to reset it. Okay, now the next thing we have here is color. Now color, there are things I'm going to be showing you in this color, because to be sincere, you believe with me that it's not just these colors we have here that we have in the entire world. Okay, there are lots of colors, a lot of color combinations. Okay, so don't just limit yourself to this color. Now I'm going to be showing you different ways. Now if the color you're looking for is not found here, you can easily click on this plus icon, okay, to find your way around. And if by moving around this color wheel, you can't get the exact color you want, then there are different things you can do. One of the things you can do is you can, maybe if you have a picture on your background, maybe if the picture is already in Pixellab and you want to get a color from it to color what you are editing, or maybe you have a picture in your background in your gallery that you want to get the color from it, then do well to bring the picture into your Pixellab. Then the tool you're going to use to get that is this tool that looks like a pen, big bulb on the head, this one. And clicking on it, now you can see this background we have now. Now as I'm moving this around, you can look at this part, you can see the color is changing. So I can pick any color from this. If I want to pick a color from this lady, I'll tap on the lady. I can choose any color from her clothes and the color is changing. Okay, color is changing. So if I get any color I want, I'll just click on good and okay, and the text takes the color. Okay, so you find out that you're not just limited to these colors here. Now another tool also you can also use is this pencil tool. This pencil tool, what it helps you to do is, now looking at this top, look at this part, we are seeing where we have hash 2e 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 255. Okay, now these are codes. Now let's see it well when we tap on this pencil part. Now you are seeing hex 2e, you are seeing RGB. Now this R represents red, G represents green, B represents blue. These figures are trying to tell you the value of red, green, blue in this color we just picked. Okay, and this is the code. Now to make things easier, supposing a client comes to you and tells you, hey, I want you to design something for me, and this is the brand color, or this is the color I want, and to be sincere with yourself, you didn't even know such color existed, or you don't even know how to get it about, and looking at the basic colors in Pixellab, you find that it's not there. Okay, now what you're going to do is go online, browse for, you can just type hex color, or maybe type the hex color for gold, hex color for maroon. It will get you a code like this. Okay, you also see the RGB. What you just have to do is come over here, tap on it, type whatever you're seeing there on the screen. When you're done typing it, then click on OK, and when you click on OK, the color will appear. Okay, and you get your color, you're good to go. Okay, so that's different. Now we also have gradients, whereby you have to combine two colors. Now as I'm explaining these things here, they are the same thing for both object color and background color. Okay, so I'll not explain them when I get there, because I'm doing justice to them here. Now if you want to create a gradient, there are gradients already here by default, but sometimes they might not really serve you for what you want to do. Okay, so you might end up creating yours by clicking on this +2 yet. Okay, now we have different options by your right, by your left. We have, when you want, you click on this first one, that means you have one color on your left, one color on your right. Clicking on this second one, you have one up, you have one down. Okay, clicking one, you have a color in the middle and that color at the exterior peripherals. Clicking on this one, you are seeing different patterns. Okay, so depending on the pattern you choose, we want, okay, you can choose. Then the ones on our right, you see the +2 is you adding another layer of color, minus taking away the last one you added. Okay, Now this one that looks like a forward arrow is, now I want you to look at these tabs here, these two things that moves like color, that looks like rectangles. Okay, now anyone you tap on, that's the one you want to edit. Anyone you tap on, that's what you want to edit. Okay, so clicking on this arrow now moves the focus to the other one. Okay, these two arrows moves the focus to the other one. Now okay, moving on this two double arrow, you're trying to change the position, bring the one down or bring the one up down. Okay, as it. Now this color is where you now want to edit the one you are tapped on. Now this we are focusing on this one now by the left. Now tapping on this color, we see options to edit. You get options to edit. Now we can see the pointer to, you can see the pen to, again like I displayed before. Now also these three layers, we can make the color brighter by adjusting this part. We can make the color darker by adjusting this part. Okay, we now can make the color more transparent if you want to create a transparent background. Okay, I want to create a transparent background. Now you can see this well when you want to create blends. Okay, and I made a video on that. Okay, so do well to check it out on how I used blend to create a quote, so you can check it out. The link will be in the description button. Okay, so it's very nice to that you can maximize. Okay, now that's for this when you want to create a gradient, so you can do anything with this, you can play around with them. Okay, now the next two I'll be showing you is this texture tool. And this texture tool, what is it for? It's when you want to, instead of you coloring a text and objects, you can actually use pictures, you can actually use things to texture them. Like we can use a picture from our background. Clicking on texture is bring this option for you. Clicking on this, it takes you to your background, to your gallery, and anything you click on, maybe let's click on this flower color. Okay, when you crop, if now your text takes that shape, that color. Okay, now by scaling, increasing your scale, you're just trying to adjust it. Okay, trying to adjust it, but this will not be very obvious because it's just a text. Okay, but if you're doing it on an object, it will be very nice. Okay, so that's for texture. Then opacity is when you want to reduce the opacity or increase it. Okay, now enabling shadow is when, if you gave your text a shadow and you just decrease opacity, the shadow will remain. For example, let's give this a shadow. This is a shadow. Now going back to opacity, when you decrease opacity, the shadow will remain. Okay, but when you activate affect shadow, that's when it will go. Okay, so that's for that. You also have rotate. You also have this max 2, helps you to split things, helps you to max. There is more to this max 2, and I plan doing a special video because I might not exhaust the things pertaining to it in this, but is very nice one. You can use it to create lots of actions. Okay, that are very nice. Okay, now this font, this is where you can choose your fonts. Now these are basic fonts. Pixellab comes with basic fonts. There are basic fonts on Pixellab, and to be sincere, these fonts will not be enough for you on your journey to graphics, or it cannot be enough for you. They cannot be enough. They are basic, and you might they're not fancy ones here. Okay, so you can, now I'm clicking on my fonts. You can see lots of fonts here. These are different fonts I downloaded, and more are still on the way. Okay, now these are fonts I use for my designs. There are lots of them. So when you install a Pixellab, or maybe you have checked yours and you find out there is no font under this category, that's to show you how to download your fonts. Okay, now I made a video, so I'll be sending the link on the description button on how to download fonts into your Pixellab. Okay, it's a very simple process. Okay, and when you learn it, you can get thousands of fonts into your Pixellab to enable you to use them. Okay, now this recent one, the recent ones you use shows up here. Okay, that's it for fonts. Then for styles, you can give boldness to your text. You can give it an italics. You can underline, and you can take away all the effects you have added by just clicking on this, and everything leaves. Okay, now you can also choose with this the one you want to be affected. If you want just new to have bold, then it just has it. You have only text to have italics, it just has it. Okay, if you want everything to align and underline everything, then you want everything to leave, go back. All right, the next thing we're going to be looking at is this curve here. You can rotate, curve your stuffs. Okay, you can curve your stuffs. Now this text background is, let's first of all, let's deactivate the shadow so it will be clear. Now this text background is giving a background to your text. Okay, when you activate it, it gives a background to your text, and this background you can adjust it. You can increase the left padding, can increase the right padding. Okay, you can increase the top, you can increase the bottom, you can give radius, curve the edges. Okay, these things are really important. Sometimes I find them really useful in my designs. Okay, so they are very nice. You can also give them a gradient background. Okay, so they are very okay. If you're not contented with the text color, you can go back to the text color and change the color of the text. Okay, now this enabling it leaves. Okay, now this is align, and this align to you might have seen this if you have used different text editing apps like Microsoft Excel, whereby you align. This only works when you have a multiple lines of text. Okay, clicking on this first one will align everything to your left. Clicking on the center one will make everything be aligned centrally, and this one, everything to be aligned on the right. Okay, so there's no need for us to do it here because we don't have a multiple layers of text. Okay, let's get one from quotes, and let's get one from quotes. Now if we should get this from quotes, now this is a multiple line of text. Okay, let's see how it plays out in the align. And clicking on this one, you can see how everything aligned to the left, how it's aligned centrally, and how it's aligned to the right. Okay, so that's what this is for. Okay, now for spacing deals with, we have letters, we have words. Now when you space letters, each letter is distance from each other. Okay, I normally use this. I love this effect. It's very important sometimes. Now when you click on words are different. That means words are separating from each other. Okay, now this line spacing also applies to text with different lines. Okay, like this one we have here. When clicking on them, it helps you to increase the distance between each line, and it helps to, okay, so that's what it is for. All right, so we can edit this text. Sorry. All right, so let's continue. Now we have stroke. Stroke is giving an outline to your text. Okay, increasing it, you can also change the color and also give it a gradient color, other things. All right, so we have shadow like we have done before. We have inner shadow. Inner shadow is quite different from shadow. You can actually adjust them, blur them. Okay, different effect. Now this emboss is unfortunate that it doesn't work perfectly for some apps, from some phones. Like my phone, it doesn't work actually well, but this is a very beautiful feature. It's a very beautiful feature in the sense that it beautifies your work. I don't know if it will work for your phone, but if it works, then you're pretty lucky, and maximize it because it has many effects. Okay, and this perspective, you can actually, when you activate it, you can actually set your text in perspectives. You can actually play around with it. Okay, that's for it. Then you have 3D, giving your 3D rotates. You can rotate it upside down, you can rotate sideways. Okay, now we have 3D text, giving your text a 3D shape. You have perspective, you have oblique. Okay, you can decrease the depth, you can increase it. Okay, you can change the colors, you can darken it. Okay, you can rotate it. Alright, and there are many things you can do with this. Okay, that's for it for now. And then 3D shadow is giving it a down shadow. You can increase opacity, you can blur it or reduce the blur, you can expand. Alright, expand. Then this one is inflection, when you want your text to reflect as if it's in a water. Okay, or yeah, you can increase inflection, you can reduce it. Okay, so you can play around. So this is the features, this is the editing features for a text. Okay, these are editing features for a text. Alright, so you want to edit a text, these are the things you can edit with. Okay, now we're done with text. Now moving over to this next icon over here. This one that looks like a diamond. Okay, this is for objects. Okay, this is for objects. Okay, now the tools I have here now, if no object on the screen is tapped or activated, then this is what you see. But once one has been tapped, let's tap on this lady. You see, you can no longer see those things there, but when we untap, you see them. Now we have stickers. We have seen them before. Some stickers that Pixellab offers you to make some editing if you wish. We have import. Now this import tool is also one of the tools that you can get pictures from your gallery and you're able to edit them. Like I said before, you can get pictures from your gallery and edit. You can get pictures from your gallery and they become your background. But this import tool, also similar to this from gallery, are the same thing. When you click on them, it takes you to your gallery and you're able to get something, you're able to get an image from your gallery that you're going to edit with. Then this draw tool, we've explained it. We explained it before in the other video, so do well to watch it there. And the shapes too, also we explained it in the other video. Then the bezel tool, and this bezel tool is also like the mask tool is a broad one, and I'll be making a special video for it. And do well to be attuned with our channel, and I'll make a special video for it because it's one that is very is very helpful. You can use it to do logos, you can use it to trace elements, you can sketch things on paper and use Bezel tool to make them to reality. You can have a logo in mind and you sketch them on paper and you bring it on Pixellab and you can use Bezel to make it a reality. So do it to stay attuned. Then this arrow tool is the different things. To be sincere, I've not made use of this in a long time and I've not found it useful, but you can still play around with it and you might find it useful. Okay, so you can find a way around it. Okay, that's it. Now with these are the, now when we click on an object, we see editing options. Most of the things we are seeing here, we have seen them in text. Okay, so we have the first one is to reselect. Sometimes this doesn't work, but it's meant to be that when you click on it, you're able to replace the image with another image, but sometimes it doesn't work on this app. I don't know why. Alright, but we have delete too. Now this one is for cropping. If you want to crop your image. Okay, now under this cropping, there are different things you can do. You can, using this one, you can rotate your tool, you can side it. Okay, you can, these are different sizes for cropping your tools. Okay, you can decide anyone you want. Okay, now going to the left, you can see this rotate. This can rotate. Okay, you can rotate. Alright, now you can even make it to be a circle by tapping on this. Okay, so there are many different things you can do under this crop option. Now the next thing here is copy, like we saw in text, to front, to back, position, relative position. Then this is the size for objects. Okay, then this is color, the same thing we said in, but now if we have to color this lady, just if you tap on the color, it's everything leaves. So if you want to change the color of a lady or want to do some adjustments on a picture, then color is not the best place. Color filter is the best place. We'll get there in a minute. But if you want to change the color of a shape, the color of an object, anything that is not a picture, or you want to change the color, you want to have a different color, you can click on color. Now the texture is the same thing I told you in text texture, and opacity, like it is, you can reduce the opacity. Okay, now this color filter, like I told you, now this color filter, these are different options for you to edit this lady. Okay, you can change the color by hue, increasing your hue level. You can saturate it. Okay, or this way I get my black and white picture by decreasing my saturation. Okay, you can increase the brightness or decrease it. Okay, then you can give it a contrast. Alright, so you can edit the picture using these 4 tools. Alright, then this stroke, you can give it a stroke. Okay, you can change the stroke color. Okay, you can increase it. Alright, so different things you have got there. Now this erase tool helps you to erase some things, okay. When you're comfortable, maybe you want to clean out a part, you want to manipulate, do some things, you want to make it in form of a blur, you can actually do it. Okay, when you're satisfied, you can click on good. If you want to go back, you can click on this and it takes you back progressively. Okay, and you can also zoom to clean what you want to clean. Okay, you can also zoom to clean what you want to clean. Alright, so when you're done, you can click on the good and you're good to go. Now Another thing is this max tool. Like I said, I'll make a video on that. Now, one of the things here is erase color. Now this erase color is an awesome tool. This erase color helps, like the name erase color, like it helps you to erase colors. Okay, for example, you might get an object that has a color and you don't want that color to be part of that object, you can click on it. Now for example, let's go to our gallery and get an object and we want to erase some part of it. Okay, let's get this icon, this date and calendar icon. Okay, cropping it, we bring it over here. Now this has a black and a white part. Now the fact is that clicking on erase color, once you click on the erase color and activate it, the first thing it does is to remove white background. It automatically removes white background. Okay, so just enabling it, the white background leaves. Okay, the white background leaves. Okay, but if you want another color other than the white background to leave, then you have to click on this pointer. This pointer here helps you to trace. So when you trace around and you get to the color you want to remove, clicking on good, that part leaves. Okay, and the white returns. Okay, now clicking on this tolerance helps you to fine tune it and make it more okay. You can also smoothen the edges. All right, so erase color is one of a kind. It's very nice. Was wonderful. Okay, now you also have rotate. You can rotate your objects. You can rotate it. All right, now you also have 3D rotate. 3D rotate. You can rotate the way you want. You also have 3D shape, giving it a 3D and opaque one. Alright, now you also have perspective, like the one we had in text, adjusting it, you align it in a perspective. Okay, then you also have shadow, inner shadow and emboss. Alright, so pretty much the same. Now the video is almost getting long. Well, we end very soon. We have 2 remaining buttons left. Now these 2 remaining buttons, I want you to know that it's for your background. Okay, it's for your background. Now if any color you give here affects your background. Okay, any color you give here affects your background. It doesn't affect a text or a picture, it affects the background. Okay, so if you click on good, it's effective. If you click on bad, it's returns back to what it was. Okay, now this transparent tool beside it, now this is what we use to create PNGs. Maybe after designing a logo or after designing a flyer and you want to export it as a PNG. When I mean PNG, I mean a version that is without background. Okay, most logos that you use to design, they don't come with background. Like this lady, now it doesn't have a background. Okay, it's in a PNG fashion. So if I create my own stuff and I want to save that as PNG, after creating it I can just tap on the transparent. See, my background becomes transparent and whatever object on it and I save it, it becomes a PNG version. Okay, so that's how to create PNGs. Okay, now this image size is also similar to the one on these 3 dots like I explained in the other video. Okay, where you get to set the sizes, and then this crop is where you get to crop your background. Okay, this is where you get to crop your background. Now this image from here, now Pixellab has some images. Some of them are pretty nice, some of them are not. You can see some wonderful ones down here. Okay, so you can set them as your background. Alright, some are good, some are not. Then from gallery here, so going from the gallery again, whatever picture you get from here or becomes your background, and also from camera the same thing. Okay, now I'm getting to the last 2 here. The last 2 here is you get to rotate your background. Alright, you get to rotate your background, you get to add some dark shadows around. Okay, now this one you get to make your background noisy. Make your background noisy. This ones can come handy sometimes. You can use it to create some special effects. Okay, it is nice. You can get to cause strips in your designs. Alright, you can get to brighten, can get to give contrast, hue, saturation. Okay, so these are different tools you can actually use to make designs. Okay, now this is just the beginning. Okay, you're just on your way to start making stunning designs. Okay, so I'd like you to stick to this channel. In this channel, will be creating different designs for you, teaching you how to do them. Okay, step by step. We're going to be showing you the way around. Okay, there's more to design than this. Okay, so subscribe to this channel if you have not. If you are new to this channel, subscribe and please follow our videos. Okay, we'll be posting videos on Pixellab and other apps, okay, that can be used for graphics. Okay, so I'll see you next in our next video.